making some of our curry crab. So the ingredients I have here would be a half of a hot pepper, 1 pimento, 1 garlic, half of an onion, small onion, 2 leaves of bandania, and 1 straw of chive. I use here the chive seafood, the curry powder, and I use cayenne pepper. Obviously salt and black pepper to taste. My frozen crab, it could be fresh, it could be pre-seasoned or not. So I already have my pot here. I already messed up there with curry. So you just take a block of your golden and let it melt. Right? Now the powdered seasoning, usually I would use 2 tablespoons of the curry powder and 1 tablespoon of the cayenne pepper and the seafood, because I like to have that really nice seasoned taste. Right, so once it's like halfway melted, I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon and I'm going to put in the next tablespoon. Right, so I put in the next tablespoon and I'm going to take a pot spoon and I'm going to like mix it with the golden right? This is what we trainers call patching the curry. By the way, the serving of this crab is really for 2 persons. Right, so now we're going to just leave that there and let that cook a little more. Right, so as you see, it's turning a little greenish brownish, like a very dark brown. Once it reaches that stage, I'm going to go and throw in my crab. So right now I have it at a very low heat, right? And once I throw in, I'm going to throw in my seasoning along with it. Right? So seasoning is thrown in, and now I'm going to mix up everything. So it's going to be a very nice, saucy, well flavored crab. Now what I usually do is, when it's at this stage, I will throw in my 1 tablespoon of the cayenne pepper and the seafood seasoning along with it. So there goes my seafood seasoning, there goes my cayenne pepper, and it didn't look as it was full because some already fell in. So there we go, we just mix that up so everything will be cooked in the sauce and patched together. So you get a really nice flavor. Right? After this, you're going to put at least 2 to 3 cups of water. Cover this and let it cook for at least half an hour on a low medium heat. Right? So here I am going to throw this in. And I'm going to let this cook. So you'll check it back within a half an hour's time. Dumplings, which is something famous to go with it. I have 1 cup of flour. I'm going to use a teaspoon of salt, a half cup of water, and a teaspoon of sugar. So very easy. Put in your sugar. It was your flour, which was already sifted, and you're going to put in a tablespoon of your salt. There you go. Along with a tablespoon of your sugar. And there you go. And usually we use our hands to do this because it's Trinidad, so you just make sure everything is mixed up. For some reason people like to put baking powder, but to me that'll just enlarge it unnecessarily. This again is for servings for, well, really 1, because today I'm not really eating until this afternoon. And once that is done, now you're going to add your water moderately. You may not use the whole thing, you may use more or less. And you try to incorporate that. It's just like making roti, it's just without the baking powder. Okay. I'll remove this water. If you think you added too much water, you could always add in more flour because it's not gonna like change anything. It's just you're gonna end up with more dumpling. Okay, so you keep on kneading this until like everything is kneaded together. So as you see, it's all pulling together very nicely. Usually people need 2 hands to do this, and I'll try my best here to do it with one. And once it starts to pull together, you start to knead like a little ball. And then you can even incorporate your palm to make this little ball so everything is mixed thoroughly, because you don't want one part of it salty, the other part of it you're tasting the sugar, and the other part is just bland. So I'm going to knead this like this for a few more minutes. So I basically use like a 1/4 cup because I have a 1/2 cup of water still remaining of the half. So 1/4 cup would be fine. Alright, so as you see, everything is basically consist together. Watch it good, it's starting to get together. So we just want it to get a little more smooth. And then we're going to leave it to rest for 10 minutes. So I'm gonna like leave this here let it rest because my dough is pretty soft, so it doesn't really need much of a kneading. So just leave this there, and you're just gonna leave it covered for at least 5 minutes. We had the dumpling. I roll it out. Now you have many ways. You can roll it in balls, you can roll it long ways, or you can even roll it using your rolling pin like normal flour and just cutting it into squares. So I already had here at least 2 tablespoons of oil being heated up. So as you guys, it's already smoking. So what I'm going to do now, I have here half of a hot pepper, 1 pimento, half of an onion, and 2 leaves of chive. I didn't put no garlic. So I'm going to put this into my oil now. Please excuse the noise, I can't really help that. So once this is like frying up there, I'm going to add in my dumplings one at a time, very carefully. Right, so I'm just taking them up one at a time and just resting them there. Now there's 2 ways you could do this. You could either like add in your water, then put in the dumplings, and then add a little bit of butter and let it all melt and cook together. Or you could do like how I do it. I prefer it a little more fried than boiled, even though the boil is more healthier. Alright, so you don't want it to stick up too much, so just turn it so it can actually be cooked. It's okay if it stick up together on one another, but not too much on your pot. Once you see it starts to change color, like a little bit of brown more than the white, you flip it to make sure that the 2 sides are actually a little more brownish than whitish. And once you think that the 2 sides is already brown, now I'm having this on a medium-high heat. Right? And when you're done here, now you're going to add at least 2.5 cups of water. That's what I have. And you're going to let this boil. Right? And you're going to let this boil for at least 20 minutes. And you're going to come and check back on this. I have left my food in the hands of someone who decided to add the dumpling to the crab. So this is how it looks after a half an hour. Please note I don't do this, that usually it just be separated, and I do apologize, but I needed to finish the video because I would like to upload it as to how it would look. But this was not what I was expecting. But at least the crab is cooked, the dumpling is cooked. Anyhow, I take it if you would have combined them together, I guess this is how it would have looked nevertheless. So yes, I hope you all you could try like this if you want. Some of you all want to add your coconut milk. Also, when you're making your dumpling and you're making it separate, you could also have like coconut milk or normal milk. If you don't want to boil with water, you can mix it with the water and let it boil so you get a nice flavor. But I'm not really a dumpling fan, so I just boil with normal water. So I hope I could get a feedback as to how it came out. So do enjoy your day.